using fear tactics. I became a reactive, screaming nut, as I had sworn I never would, and more often than I cared to admit. I realized, though, that I must be holding some underlying beliefs that were fueling my insanity. When I was calm and peaceful, I could see that screaming at clerks in stores would not motivate them to resolve a problem. I could see that getting children to feel bad would not elicit their cooperative spirit. What were these misguided powers that had a grip on me? How could I transform them into something more loving and more effective? I had always heard that in order to discipline children, you must be firm but fair, more positive than negative, treat children with respect, hold them responsible for their own behavior, be consistent and predictable, and model self-control. Yet I had never learned how to do all these fine things. How do you exhibit these shining qualities with children who are acting wild, disrespectful, and irresponsible? How is an adult supposed to remain calm when a child is screaming, "I hate you," or throwing a fit because pizza isn't on the menu, or in agony because she can't stay up to watch The Late Show with David Letterman? My search for alternatives led me eventually to the 7 powers for self-control. They can foster self-control in both adults and children. Parents who have mastered self-control are able to do the following. Focus on what they want the child to accomplish. Celebrate the child's successes and choices. See situations from the child's perspective as well as their own. Creatively teach the child how to communicate her wishes and frustrations with words in an acceptable manner. Hold the child accountable to those teachings. An out-of-control adult cannot do any of these things. Out-of-control adults focus on what they don't want to happen. Stop that this minute! They see only from their own point of view. You are driving me nuts! They punish rather than teach. Go to your room. When you lose self-control, you lose your ability to discipline yourself and your children. For this reason, self-control, the peace of mind that comes through the awareness of your thoughts and feelings, must be your first priority as a parent. Only when you possess self-control can you offer loving guidance. To stop the "do as I say, not as I do" syndrome, which we all hated when we were growing up, you need self-control. The 7 powers for self-control. The 7 powers for self-control shift your focus from blame to solutions, from guilt to action, from punishment to teaching, and from reasoning to results. Here they are. 1. The power of attention. What you focus on, you get more of. 2. The power of love. See the best in one another. 3. The power of acceptance. This moment is as it is. 4. The power of perception. No one can make you angry without your permission. 5. The power of intention. Conflict is an opportunity to teach. 6. The power of free will. The only person you can make change is yourself. 7. The power of unity. Focus on connecting instead of trying to be special. The 7 powers will allow you to look at life through a lens of love rather than through a lens of fear. When you can do this, you will be able to exercise true self-control. As you can see, each of the 7 powers has a motto that you can use as a reminder. Repeating the motto to yourself shifts your mind from fear and anger to love. Once your mindset is loving, you cannot help but acknowledge your free will and your child's free will. Then you can offer loving guidance to your child. Remember, loving guidance is about helping children to be more likely to choose to be cooperative. It is about choice, not force. Sadly, few of us use these 7 powers enough to build loving relationships with our children. So many of us wander around being miserable in a world full of love. We have given up connecting with others as the result of our failed attempts to control them. It is time to change. In this chapter, each power is discussed separately, but love is unity. Love cannot really be divided, so there is an interdependence among the powers that I cannot emphasize enough. Still, in practical terms, it helps to focus on one power at a time. When you fully internalize the beliefs